All right, guys, today's video, we got more copper. How much you think we got here, Joe? Decent?
I don't know, prices are going down. It's not looking good.
I know. I'm trying to get as much together as I can before the prices drop, guys. Picked up a nice...
What they've been, but they're headed back to where they've been.
Yeah, they're sliding down. I think they might go up, guys, but we're gonna have to wait and see. A lot of nice copper, brass. Got some nice big pipe here. There was this big air conditioner they had, and there's a furnace unit in there, guys. So we're gonna be ripping these apart. These I got the other day, so we're ripping these two big ones apart. A couple window ones we got here. So yeah, guys, today's video, we're gonna see how much stuff we picked up from one of the plumbers.
I missed the doorway. 6 foot wide doorway I missed.
You almost hit my sign, dude.
Oh, well, you know what? I had to put that sign up because you can't reach it.
A wise man once told me, once you know how to make money and work hard, you'll never be poor. Well, this is how I make my money. Alright, guys, so this is the stuff I picked up Friday and a little bit on Saturday. There was a whole pool in there, a big round pool. It was actually the house I was going to buy before I bought this Empire of Dirt here. I picked up from the guy once before. It's actually kind of funny. But the pool was leaking, so I took it down. So we just picked up a couple water heaters that was in with this load of stuff. But that was pretty much what we picked. Or I say we, but it was me. Joe was too busy streaming. He's a Twitch streamer now, guys. If you guys want, and you can watch him if you're interested in me. Don't hate. Joe says don't hate on him because he's Twitch famous now.
Yo, he's got monetized, Holmes.
He's monetized, guys. So if you watch him, he'll make money, and he will pay the favor. But I always forget yours, so I don't plug you. You gotta help me. You gotta send me some tags and stuff. You gotta send me some things so I can put it in. Well, I don't.
Check the comments, homie.
No, those were for another video thing. Oh. For you, dummy.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for me.
But this is what I picked up. So I know I got to get the copper off of this. I couldn't find my wrench this morning. But just a bunch of stuff. This pool was really heavy. Let me zoom out. That pool was really heavy, guys. I posted a short of me trying to wedge all that in the truck. But we ended up getting, I ended up doing a lot of work. And as you see, I'm trying to move this short steel pile, guys. I'm going to try to slide this back. I'm going to stack my rotors in a wall so I can get as many forward so I can fill that in. I could maybe fill this up with rotors too. But I'm going to try to get this short steel back holding that because prices just dropped again. So I'm in it for the long haul. You know, I really can hold on to it because I don't need it right away. And at least if anything gets bad, I'll just call the yard and make a price. But I ended up picking up some nice bikes over there. As you see, we've got a bunch of appliances. Look how tight I got that strap. I completely waffled that washing machine. But I want to show you the aluminum over here, guys. Stick with me here. The aluminum. These were the aluminum pieces. Now they have this piece of strapping here that is steel, but they're all pretty heavy gauge. No cuts in the video. Pretty heavy extruded aluminum. I mean, it's got this plate that's not, but I can take these screws out. But if I zip those bolts out, and I don't know how hard these things are going to be. These flatheads might be a pain in the butt. I'm thinking about taking these out for extruded because the price on extruded aluminum. So if it went through a press, guys, it'll have like lines in it, is what they tell me. And you can sell these for extruded. So I have probably, it was a big pool. It was like a 15 by 30. I think there was 15 of these things like this. And then I have a bunch of window frames and stuff like that and other extruded pieces like over here you see a lot. So I'm thinking about changing that and putting it all in a can and just selling that as extruded as I go. I think the ladders go as extruded too. These ladders, as long as they don't have any steel on it. You just got to make sure the extruder is very clean. No plastic crap. None of those little felt strips and stuff. They're a little bit more picky. I picked up a bunch of chairs too, aluminum chairs. And of course, there's always 3 or a random odd number. They're all ripped and cruddy too, so it's not like it's a big deal.
Well, I mean, that's why we end up with them, right?
Yeah.
Why would I fix a chair when I could just throw away the other perfectly good 3 and the table and buy a new set?
Yeah. See, so
It makes us money.
I picked up from one of the air conditioning guys, and, you know, since I go and take the big units, like this was at his shop, but usually I go and, like these units, I picked up at the house for him, so, and another guy, so when I pick these units up and he calls me, he don't have to, you know, shoehorn them in his van, and he don't have to deal with them, you know, he drains them all, and then, you know, since I pick all this stuff up and the water heaters, like there's a big giant 80-gallon in there. Let me show you that. Look at the size of this 80-gallon.
Oh, it seems monolithic here.
Move.
We just...
Show him that 80-gallon. Giant 80-gallon water heater. I picked that up at his job site on Friday. I just left it in the back and he had this stuff. So it's kind of like a, you know, you get the good stuff with, you know, if you take the crap they don't want to get rid of, or you help them out so they don't have to try to, most guys got vans and stuff. So you're helping them out. I've said this numerous times.
Yeah, they
and then
feel their appreciation a la copper.
Yeah. So, and this is all the air conditioning tubing. You know, a lot of it is this epoxy coated stuff, the newer stuff, but it peels right off. I'll show you that a little bit later. And then some of the stuff that's not, you know, that can all just go as, you know, number 1. So they're not that heavy. It looks like more than it actually is. But you'll be surprised. A pile like this will add up to, you know, 50, 60 pounds. And at current prices, you easily $300-400. And then you get the bigger, thicker stuff like this, like the 3/4 inch construction grade copper that's nice and thick. Oh man, that makes me excited. All right, guys. So what I'm doing is just taking the Sawzall and cutting off the fittings. Like all these and these can all go as number 1 copper because it's clean, no solder, no paint. Now you see these ends. You know, I could cut this little piece out, but it's to get that. To me, I don't have time. I have so much more to do. You see, I got tons of. Now look how much stuff is in here. And you know, I still have 2 buckets out there of brass. I have air conditioners to do, and I still have more scrap to pick up today. So me and Lunchbox are going to try to get as much as possible. I don't go for this. Look, you see it's about my thumb length, so about 2 inches.
Don't sweat small.
Yeah, don't sweat the small stuff. You know, if you have time to sit there, but I'm going to be Sawzalling here for hours. So a lot of these fittings are all copper. These fittings are copper. So they'll just go as number 2. Where I don't have any, well obviously like this is brass. So I'll cut this here. That'd be a piece of number 1. I'll cut it here. Leave a tiny bit of that stuff, and this will be number 1. And then I'll just buzz that out with the impact, take the handle off, and that would go with brass. So that's yellow brass. I don't have any with brass fittings, or something like this. You know, that's a brass piece there. Most of you guys know this, but the people that don't, you know, this is what we do. And I just use a Sawzall. I know some of you guys like to use a chop saw or whatever, but I'm so good with the Sawzall, and my hands are so beat up as it is, it doesn't matter. And this is a lot of yellow plain brass. There's some copper pieces in there. Things of that nature. So we'll clean all this up to maximize our profit. And you see I got a bunch of long links. Hey, watch it. But you see, like Joe just threw that to me. You know, it's got solder on it. It's copper and copper. I don't know if that plastic is going to come out dry with the cutters here. But all right, guys, we're going to process some of this stuff down. And I'm separating it so we can weigh it up and see how much we get today. But, you know, I'm trying to give you guys more different content, but copper seems to be a hot thing, and it's what I'm getting right now, and it's what I'm going to process.
Yeah.
I get a lot of copper, guys, and I get a lot of air conditioners. I hate doing the tin stuff, but that stuff comes, that's weight. That stuff comes easy. Everybody has that stuff. Getting the copper and the air conditioners is where you want to be at. I've said this in the video, separating and sorting is the best way to make the maximum profit. You know, a lot of you guys ask me about taking this and that apart. Like, I want to show you one thing. So a buddy of mine gave me a bunch of alternators. Now, I know that there's almost 200 pounds of alternators in these 2 things here. So my video today, when I was thinking about it last night because I didn't sleep, was I was going to take one of these, take the sledgehammer, take whatever screws I could get out and the pulley off if I could, like the bolts here, maybe whiz them off, and smash the casing to get the aluminum, to get the copper out. And then you end up with aluminum. I was going to weigh it up and show you the price difference. And then I did one Google search, and I realized why we don't do these. It's because the alternators are so well put together. I mean, if you're going to whack this with a sledgehammer a bunch of times and break a lot of the aluminum, okay, but then most of these only have 1 to maybe 3 pounds of copper. But you're like, Mike, you know, copper, you just said copper's $4 a pound, so that'd be $12 in copper plus the aluminum, and the steel could go as short. Yeah, but you have to burn these off to get the shellac off. They're shellacked in there, like on epoxy resin, and I remember we used to do these and throw them on the fire, which is terrible, but that's how we used to do these back in the day when I worked at the junkyard. And they were a massive pain in the butt, like the sealed unit. So it's not worth it to rip these apart. Just send them as they are. I think I get 35 or 40 cents a pound.
There's your time.
Yeah.
You're gonna sit there and beat that thing for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not beating up what it's. So I could probably get maybe out of the ones in here, there might be, 30 to 50 pounds of copper here. That's $200. But then what do I do with this stuff? Throw it to the side and keep doing it? I get so much that it takes me and Joe sometimes a couple days just to get caught up.
Yeah.
Like today, we're already behind. It's Monday morning.
We got this air conditioners. We're gonna be cutting here pretty soon.
And
So we got pickups to do. So now we're on a crunch.
Yeah, so now I'm trying to get as much stuff as I told the lady at 5 o'clock for I have the boiler. The guy broke down. I'm gonna take out of the basement. Joe will probably be off by then. I like to get him home early so he can see his wife because she works nights. So
yeah.
Some days we do work a little later than others. But all right, guys, we're gonna start processing this stuff. All right, guys. So we got all the copper that we had here done. Joe's just finishing up the last air conditioner. And we took apart all those big ones, so there's the fins we ended up with. Now these were all from the bigger ones. My back is burning from standing there cutting all this copper. It really was a lot of work. And that was the number 2. And we've pulled all that white casing stuff off to get the number 1 out. But you got a bunch of thick coils. I got these 2 and these 2 I have to cut still. Those ones I cut. And then whatever back here, guys, that can's for the dirty ones. I don't clean the small ones because there's not much difference at my yard. So 20, 30 cents difference at my yard, it's not worth it for me even to get the little bit of copper off. It's not worth it. So I want to weigh up what we got here and see what we clean today. All right, guys, so let's do the number 2 copper first. Weight on this. This can weighs, actually, I don't know. I'm going to say 6 pounds for the sake of an argument. So it's 37 pounds. So that's what, 32 pounds? I'm tired, dude.
So we got 37 minus 6, 31.
32. 32, yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm like exhausted. My back's killing me. All right, let's do the number 1. There's more number 1 because there's a lot of that air conditioning stuff, as you see. That stuff with the white casing on it. We already put it on the trailer. So
Yeah, the cutoffs that they can't use.
So this can is 8 pounds. So
that's 81 pounds.
81
and a half.
81 pounds, guys. Yeah. So I told you this stuff looks like it's heavier than it is. It's a lot of fluffy stuff. You know what I mean? That's kind of the thing when you're doing this air conditioning copper. A lot of this tubing is very lightweight, very thin-walled. It doesn't really weigh much. So sharp catches your fupa and your shirt really good.
That's yeah.
Got dirty. You can always tell when the belly shirt, when the power belly starts dirty in the shirt. But what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to stick that in my big bin. But I'm going to do the number 2 first. And I'll show you afterwards. I'm hoping to get it. It's about here. It's probably about down to here, guys. I want to get it to about here when I dump that can in. So. And thank you for my lovely assistant for pushing the record button. But we'll dump this in here, guys. Huzzah! filled it about to this line, guys. That was really heavy. So I'll get out my sledgehammer and I'll compact it. I'll meat mash that. But we added, how much weight was there, Joe? I don't remember.
81 pounds.
No, that was this one.
31.
Yeah, it was 31. There's not much number 1 in there, so I gotta take some out. I'll probably keep this in there. Modern day gold rush, guys. That's what copper is right now. Even though the prices went down a little bit, I mean, I haven't gotten any more or less than I usually get. About normal quantity. And I'll tell you what, that price, man, I had one of my videos, I have my videos playing on the TV back here. And there was a video, I was getting $2.20 a pound for copper. And it was not very good. $2.20 a pound. I'm like, crap. I'm like, if I would have had the means to hold on to it, you know, the video was like 3 years ago. I mean, I could have sold that stuff and made more money. But there's a risk of danger in that. You don't know if something's going to get stolen. And the thing is...
You don't know if the prices are going to suddenly drop.
Yeah, you don't know if it could have dropped, too.
Huh?
So you never know, man. I worked for a guy that did scrap metal. And, you know, we were doing it like this. We were filling the bins and stuff. And he had big bins, double wide like this. And I noticed it. For like 3 months, I kept putting stuff in, and the bins never got full. And when I said something to him, because we used to weigh it like this and dump it in there and keep a track. So we took everything out and weighed it, and because he only had a small scale like that, you know, you pick up on Amazon or something. And he said to me, he goes, Mike, I'm missing 1,000 pounds of copper. I said, I don't know what to tell you. Come to find out, one of the other employees that was part-time, he would come, strip air conditioners, and leave. He would always fill a bucket and leave. So for months, he was taking brass, copper, you know what I mean? He was just taking stuff. It was like 1 for you, 2 for me type thing. So I told him, I said, like, somebody's got to be taking it. It's just the way it is, man. Another guy used to tell me he worked for a scrapper. They'd go home with a 5-gallon bucket every day. Because like, oh, we don't know if he's going to pay us. We don't know if Bobby's going to pay us. I made a mess. Well, about 90% of that went in the can, at least.
Well, that's good.
But, you know, I just don't trust people. I mean, I trust Lunchbox, but I know Lunchbox would never steal from me, because if they ever needed anything, I'd give it to him. So that one's about half full. So I'll get out my meat masher and I'll...
But there.
Usually what I do is I just take the hammer, guys, and I smush it in there. Get a little extra... See, now that... A lot of that thin air conditioning tubing, guys, I know you can't hear me because I'm smashing, but like the thin air conditioning tubing, like this stuff, when you squish it down, it packs in really good. So when you're putting it in a bin or something, if you give it a nice couple hits, well, I didn't get 400. I had 450 pounds or 440 pounds in this can last time. I couldn't even weigh it because the scale only goes up to 440. So I kept getting, you know, corrupt readings.
How much copper do you have? E. I have E.
How much copper do you have? All of it.
E. E.
Error.
So
I'm gonna have to buy another 6 so just to put 4-wheelers in. Yeah, this one's not going down that much. I don't get as much number 1 as I do number 2. How much do you weigh?
264?
Damn, you're fat.
Yeah, but I was
Actually
just...
lost weight.
I ain't tell you though, I did lose weight. I was just a doctor, and they weighed me at 264.
What'd you poop there?
No. Not yet. Last night.
You said you...
No, I'm saying this thing is dead nuts on.
I mean, within reason.
Yeah.
It's not like... It's only to give you some kind of a starting point, or...
So you know what to expect when you use the scrapyard.
Yeah.
That way you know if it's worth the trip. You know?
Well, no, because then you could say, hey, I know I got 200 pounds of number 2 copper. What price you give me?
That's
Call it
true.
a scrapyard. Hey, I got this much brass. I got a can of, with 6 alternators in it. I got 10 batteries. Instead of just saying 10 batteries, just say, hey, I got 200 pounds of batteries. What's the price? So when you call another yard, hey, I got 200 pounds of batteries.
Yep.
Get different prices.
Yep. And you'll get better pricing when you got one. So.
Well, everybody wants better pricing.
Nope.
Like, if you didn't help me do this, I'd still be doing it. I would have probably got this copper done, and I would have did a couple air conditioners, and I would have stopped. But that thing kills my freaking back.
Yeah, it's the worst. I'd rather run all day than stand still for an hour.
Dude, I'm fat. I don't fucking run.
I mean, move all the way. Yeah, no, we don't run. I mean, unless there's really good food involved, I'm not running anywhere.
Yeah, one of these little scales, if you see these on Amazon, guys, cheap. I think it was like $26. Takes a little battery. I don't even know what kind of battery. I think it takes a watch battery. No, it takes some AAA A's from you guys in Canada, eh? Shout out to the Canadians, eh?
My son will appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do they still call it AAA, or when you go to AA, is it AAA? Is it considered AAA? Do you guys in Canada, do you have like a AAA team or AA team? So it's AAA team? Stupid. I don't know why he said that. It's funny though. Alright guys, so that's it. I want to show you so I got it just below the humps there, you guys see. So it's about half full. I got that big copper coil too from that thing I took out. And sorry about the shadow, but number 1 is a little less. Fins, that's pretty much full. There's a couple gaps in there. Those are the dirty ones. Like I said, I still got to clean a couple of these things. I did a bunch of brass today too, so I got a bunch of brass I did. But yeah, guys, electric motors from them air conditioners and stuff. So this is like the miscellaneous aluminum stuff. I got alternators here. I showed you guys them. But the wire, there was some thick wire I had. But I'll show you. Sealed units for the day, guys. Nice big pile. This can might have to put. We're going to start putting them in these ones. Yeah. That can's gonna be too freaking heavy to move. But yeah, guys, you see everything's cleaned up here. Everything is on the trailer. A couple things got to be moved, but I got to pick up a couple more things today, so we'll get that done. The only thing I didn't do was stack those rotors like I wanted, but I think I'm going to take 15-20 minutes here and do those rotors, guys. And Joe, can you pick these cans up, put them in the back of the truck? Oh, we got to put that water heater from there.
Yep.
Pick those cans up, bring them to your house so you can get rid of your cans.
Yeah, I'm going to do a can run tonight.
Yeah, because Joe does the cans, so I'll give him that. But I'm going to stack these rotors, guys, and that's going to be the end of our video. Turned out to be kind of a long video. I was just showing you guys another huge copper haul and stuff. Usually about once or twice a week I'll get an amount of copper like that. That's why I just keep processing it. Sometimes it takes 2 weeks to get it. But it hasn't even gotten hot here yet in Northeast PA. So once it goes, one of the HVAC guys said to me the other day he had like 30 units over the next 2 months that he was going to be changing. Whole house units. So that's awesome. At least I know I'm getting 30 from one guy. And he's not even Chinese. So that's pretty good. But alright guys, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And this man right here, Lunchbox here, you can follow him on Twitch. What's your name on Twitch there?
Keeps Edge.
Keeps Edge, guys. You can watch him. He goes live almost every night. Does a lot of computer stuff, gaming things. And you can actually learn a lot from this man. Him doing scrap metal is a giant waste of his talent. But he's my friend and he knows I need help. And, who doesn't like money? Besides, he likes breaking things and smashing things and doing stuff like that.
The best part of it is smashing glasses. I'm a giant toddler. I don't care.
Yeah. What guy doesn't like bashing and smashing shit?
We throw like voltage regulators that bust windows. That's a great time.
Yeah, every time we go to Weissman's, we always try to smash all the windows out of the cars that are there. We just wing shocks at it and shit. But all right, guys, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I noticed some of you guys haven't been getting my notifications. You got to hit the bell icon where it says notification. Some of you old farts, I don't know if you're not hitting that and you're not getting it when I upload a video. You guys asked me when my next video is coming out, and I'm like, I just put it out. But all right, guys, remember, it's not a job, it's a fucking adventure. Go out and get your adventure. Me and Joe get ours. Peace, guys.
Surprise, motherfucker.